قرآن املأ قلبي قرآن واسق حياتي قرآن.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We thank Almighty Allah for giving us another opportunity to witness another day in the month of Ramadan. Viewers at home, I say once again, Ramadan Kareem. And I'm also using this opportunity to welcome you to another episode of our program, your show, Nasfat Half Hour. Today, we are looking at a very, very important topic, a topic that will actually increase or improve your knowledge capacity about the religion of Islam. Our guest today, aside his versatility and erudition in Islamic scholarship, our guest is also a Nasfat enthusiast. Although he's not a card-carrying member of Nasfat, but he's someone that loves Nasfat and has always been following our programs. Our guest is a Sufi Sheikh, is a teacher. He is by name Fadilatu Sheikh Al-Imam Sheikh Muslimuddin Abiodun Kalejaye, the founder and chief missioner of Ainur Rahma, International Islamic Society of Nigeria. Join me welcoming him actually to this program for today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, sir.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Today, inshallah, we are looking at religious fanaticism, examining the issues. That is what our father and teacher and sheikh and imam will be discussing with us today on Nasfat Half Hour. Sheikh Kalejaye, we want to start by looking at some adjectives and qualifiers non-Muslims use in qualifying, in describing Muslims. They look at us or describe us as fundamentalists, extremists, fanatics, and at times they qualify us with terrorism. Are these actually part of Islam, or are these qualifiers really what we can describe Muslims with?
Alhamdulillah. Now, all these adjectives do not hold water as far as Islam is concerned, except one, which is fundamentalism. If they say we are fundamentalists, well, yes, a religion without fundamentals is not qualified to be called a religion. Extremism has no space in Islam. Neither is terrorism and all other adjectives they may be using in qualifying us. But when we say fundamentalism, it means what do we stand for? What is our akida? What is our religious creed? What is our belief system based upon? But Islam believes in the principle of live and let live.
Alhamdulillah, wa jazakumullahu khaira jazaihi. We also want to look at, there are so many groups that do some things in the name of Islam, like the Boko Haramists. How do we categorize such groups?
Only a fool will believe that the Boko Haramists are Muslims. There are foreign powers behind all the activities of these so-called Boko Haram members. If you say Boko Haram, that is, book is unlawful in Islam. The machineries being used to pursue this war, is it being made in the Arab countries? Is it of Islamic origin? Where are they getting the money to buy all these machineries from? There are some companies that sell war weaponries who are interested in disunity and in disorganized nature. If there's no war, if there's no crisis, no bickering, they won't sell their hardwares. They are the one behind all these activities. Initially, these people were bombing churches, and they believed it was the Muslims that were behind it. Now, no one is spared. Whether you're a Muslim or a Christian, they go to the mosque, to the church, everywhere, to the car parks, garage, to bomb everywhere. University halls and mosques are not spared from their mayhem. For goodness sake, these are not Muslims. Islam is religion of the middle course. a little bit to the right and a little bit to the left. Extremism is alien to Islam. If you look at the lifestyle of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, the way he was relating with the Jews, the Kafirun, the non-Muslims, you will see that he was peace personified. He has a peaceful man. So all these activities of the Boko Haram people, don't call them Muslims. And that has been demonstrated of recent in Britain. When some of them bomb themselves and kill other people in the process in London just last week, they call on the imams to come and pray on their corpses. The imams refuse to pray on their corpses, saying these are non-Muslims. Muslims would not have done what these people have done. That is to let you know that the whole world know that these people are not Muslims. They are just calling dogs a dog a bad name in order to hang it. Just like when somebody commits crime in Britain now, they will say it's a Nigerian. But if he does something nice, they will say it's a British-born Nigeria. They will attach the word British to his name if he has done something good. But if he does anything wrong, they will say it's a Nigerian-born.
Sir, please, how do we describe the Palestinians in their cause for justice in recovering back their land from the Israelites, and the issue of justice in this regards?
The people of the Palestine have every right to defend their territorial integrity. The people of Palestine must also be assisted by the Muslims of the world. The Holy Quran says, "Itasimu bi hablillahi jami'an wa la tafarraqu." Hold strongly to the cord of Allah and be not disunited. It is disunity among the Muslim nations that is giving vent to what the Israelis are doing to the Palestinians. If they can have massive support from their Muslim sisters all over the world, America will have no choice but to back out from wrongfully backing the Israelis against the rightful owners of the land. The problem lies most with the non-serious support being given to the Palestinian issues by the Muslim world. They look up to America for weapons of mass destruction instead of buying technology from the Americans and being technological savvy themselves. The Muslim world are nowhere to be found as far as technology is concerned. If you don't have the power to call the shot, how do you now fight for your rights? Go to the Middle East. Everywhere is in disarray today. So they that are yet to find their own feet, naturally speaking, how can they fight for the cause of Palestine? Allah will guide us to the right path at the right time, inshallah.
So in looking at the issue of the Palestinians, how they are going about fighting for their cause in recovering their land, how far can we say they are doing it justly? In how far have they gone using other fora rather than using the attacks? There have been attacks, bombings, and so on and so forth. So how far can we say that they are justified in the way and manner they are going about seeking redress for the injustice that is being perpetrated against them?
If the truth must be told, their approach is somehow not too good. To judge is better than to war. We must get something clear. The South Africans fought apartheid to a standstill, not by using guns or any weapon of mass destruction, but by one man being fully determined, which is Nelson Mandela, that peace will win us freedom and not war. And they succeeded at the end of the day. The same thing can be done in the issue of the Palestinians. They should use dialogue They should appeal to the sense of reasoning of the superpowers of the world. What the Hamas and some other Hezbollah, some other groups over there are doing will never win them peace. But they don't have what it takes to face Israelis gun for gun. So therefore, they should take the issue, the approach of a moral application instead of military application to win the sympathy of the whole world to their cause. That will work faster and better in their support than what they are doing. You are throwing stones at people holding guns, having heavy artillery weapons. I mean, what you are doing is simply inconsequential. It will get you more bloodied than getting you the freedom you so much desire. And it will give the Israelis the justification to encroach more on their lands and to brutalize them further. That is not the best way to do it. Follow the basic tenets of Islam, and you get it right. The only prophet fought his war in defense, not being the aggressor. He was the oppressed, and he fought back for liberation. And he made sure that he followed the rules of engagement to the letter in all the wars he pursued. But he has never been the aggressor in any of all these wars. The Palestinians, yes, they have something to fight for, but they should do it by moral appeal, not by going to war with all these laughable weapons of war engagement.
Thank you very much, sir. But I want to ask, how will you address the perceived conspiracy, even by the superpowers in the world, against the Palestinians?
If we are expecting the superpower to fight for the cause of the Palestinians, we are simply wasting our time. Mm-hmm. It is the Arab world and the Muslims all over the world that will have to unite for a singular purpose of rescuing the Palestinians from the jaws of these monstrous Israelites. The superpowers are being controlled by the Israelis. Go to America. The economy of the America as a nation is in the hand of the American Jews. He who pays the piper dictates the tune. Any American government that wants to fight the cause of the Palestinians will be brought down by the Israeli Americans who have the economic power over there. So it's a no-go area if we are looking up to them to fight the cause of the Palestinians. Our destiny is in our hands, and we should take it judiciously, not with war, but with dogged determination, appealing to reasoning of well-meaning people of the world. At the end of the day, victory shall be ours.
Fountain University, Osogbo, the University of the National Al-Fati Society, Nasfat, offers qualitative undergraduate and postgraduate education with courses in the College of Management and Social Sciences, as well as the College of Natural and Applied Sciences. Fountain University, Osogbo, is a faith-based character-building institution with fully accredited courses and international exchange program with ultramodern science laboratories and well-equipped mass communication studio complex. Fountain prides itself as a pace-setting university in exposing students to professional best practices. Her graduates have excelled in their various careers and won prestigious presidential scholarship awards. Fountain University also runs part-time and professional programs. Admission is on for applicants through UTME and direct entry. Visit our website or call. Fountain University Osogbo, faith, knowledge and service.
يا رحمن ساعدني يا رحمن اشرح صدري قرآن املأ قلبي قرآن واسق حياتي قرآن.
If we want to bring it down to the local scene here in Nigeria, we all know that we all know the importance of political power in changing the situation of a country. And looking at the religion of Islam, what is your view on Muslims participating in politics?
Alhamdulillah, the Muslims must participate in the policies. Al-Islam was siyasa. The siyasa is part of us. We are all political animals. We cannot just sit down and allow few devilish people to ruin our future and the future of our children for us, all because we see policies as being dirty. If politics is dirty, we should go there and launder it until it becomes clean. The Muslims should be at the forefront of economic emancipation of Nigeria, as well as political liberation of this country from the jugular of these ungodly people there. They are recycling themselves year in, year out, and we're on the defense, thinking God will come down from heaven to change it. But no, la yukallifu nafsan illa wus'aha. We have to be the one to fight it out. We then seek divine assistance in the pursuit of our aims and objectives. Muslims should participate 100% in politics, because without that, we cannot champion our cause. Nobody will do it for us.
So one of the causes, actually, of our problem in the Muslim world, especially in Nigeria, is disunity. You want to say that the Muslim population is divided along the lines of I am a Sufi, they are Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, some people are Ahlul Bidiyah, and so on and so forth. And these are things that cause disunity amongst Muslims. Please, what is your take on this issue, and as related to the unity of Islam, of Muslims actually?
The Holy Quran says, La ikraha fi din, qad tabayyana rushdu min al-ghayy. There is no compulsion in religion. Truth stands clear from error. Don't play God on me, and neither should I play God on you. Lakum dinukum waliyadin. Hold on to what you believe in. Let me hold on to what I believe in. Let Allah be the judge between us. Don't be your brother's judge. Don't play God on anybody, and don't let me believe you are more saintly than I do. No. Allah knows best who is worshiping Him. Send me Allah liman abdahu. Allah knows who is praising Him. Allah knows who is just paying lip service to the issue of religion. Don't tell me you are more saintly than I do. Allah knows amongst us who is worshiping Him with utmost sincerity. If that is the case, let us face what we believe in, do it with utmost sincerity, and let others live in the way they believe in. There is Yawm al-Qiyamah, a day of recompense, when all of us will give account of what we have done before our Creator. Whatever we believe is the truth, say it to the world. But don't try to enforce it in a way that you will encroach on other people's rights. During the time of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, Allah told him to preach to them is your duty. Whether they accept or does not or do not accept, leave that to me. If I like, I will punish them. If I like, I will forgive them. You are not, you have not been appointed as a watchman over them. You are just a mere preacher to them. The same principle should apply nowadays in Nigeria here. Don't play God on anybody. Why are you giving fatwa that has no basis in Islam? Calling people kafir. If you call somebody a kafir, a non-believer, if it is not true, then it reverts back to you. You are the kafir. The issue of kufru is very, very serious in Islam. That you don't just do that word, carelessly on anybody, just like that, as we are seeing nowadays. Go to the university campuses now. There's no unity among the Muslims. They are always fighting, such that when 100 Muslim students get admission to university, hardly will 30 of them come back home as Muslims. They will have been converted into other religions because we are not being our brother's keepers, because we are paying attention to the issue of ideology more than ordinary issue of religious practices, which is Salat, Psalm, and the other 3 pillars of Islam. If we don't stop this, we may be the loser at the end of the day. We are just playing into the hands of the non-Muslims unknowingly. They are everywhere. They are ravaging the Muslim communities. And we don't see anything bad in that. Rather, we are after bid'ah. And this issue of bid'ah too is not even being properly channeled, being rightly approached.
We also want you to look at issues like relating to Islamic culture generally. Things that are in the middle of the causes of divisions or controversies amongst Muslims, especially amongst our youths.
The Holy Prophet says, Yasiru wala tu'asiru, wabashiru wala tunafiru. We should make life easy for ourselves and not create unnecessary hardship for our fellow human beings. There's a difference between the culture of the Arabs and the Islamic culture. Unfortunately, many people don't realize the differences between the two. They're just mixing up these two, thereby creating unnecessary rancor among ourselves. There are non-Muslims, even in Egypt, the Coptic Muslims, who will put on turban and wear all these our attires. They have heavy beards. They look like Muslims in their mode of dressing, but in actual fact, they are non-Muslims. The Prophet says, Atakwa ahuna, atakwa ahuna, atakwa ahuna. He said it 3 times, that piety is in your heart. You may dress like a serious Muslim, and your behavior denotes something else. The first important issue we should pay attention to is our level of piety. How much fear of Allah do we have in our heart? To what extent are we our brother's keepers? How good are we to our fellow Muslims and other non-Muslims who are human beings, and even the animals, but they are all Allah's creatures? We must be good to all of them. Kuntum khaira ummati. Allah says we are the best of the nations raised among human beings. We must not behave to the contrary. The issue of having beard, putting on turban, letting your trousers not get into the ground should be a personal issue. That should not be of utmost concern to us as far as Islam is concerned in this century. How many Muslim books are being written by our so-called scholars? What is the level of literacy amongst Muslims in Nigeria? What is the level of our reading culture as of today? technologically speaking, are we there? In the field of IT, information technology, where are the Muslims? These are the issues that should preoccupy our minds. TV content, how friendly are they to the Muslim viewership? We don't pay attention to all this, and we are fighting over frivolous issues. How then are we going to move Islam to its pristine position that it should occupy among human beings? These are the basic issues. Some will even fight as to that which clothes color is the best. Is it white? Is it green? Is it black? Islam has no uniform. Islam has no preferred color. These are personal choices and should be left like that. The Muslim youths are deliberately being misled unnecessarily. God will not forgive we scholars if we don't retrace our steps and do the right thing. Idkhulu fi silmi kafatan wa la tattabi'u khutuwati shaitan innahu lakum aduwwun mubin. Follow in its totality the tenets of Islam, not a part of it, and avoid satanic activities that are meant to divide we Muslims. This is the best.
Thank you, sir.
It has been a very educating and enlightening session with our father, our teacher, Fadilatu Sheikh Muslimuddin Abiodun Kalejayi. We want to thank you very kindly for your time and for sharing with us your knowledge. May Allah continue to be with you, sir.
Amin ya Rabbi.
Until tomorrow, inshallah, when we meet for another episode of Nasfat Half Hour, I am Uthman Animashan saying, Salamullahi alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.